You track freight invoices on a cracked monitor in a windowless back office. This is your life. You're pulling double shifts. The desk is the same, the paycheck is the same, nothing moves. An envelope arrives on a Tuesday. You know before opening it, the number has grown again. Your mother's medical bill is $11,400. You open the envelope anyway. It hasn't changed. Your savings account holds $847. You've been staring at this number for 3 years straight. You don't sleep that night. Not from panic. Panic stopped moving you a long time ago. You've been routing money for other people, watching it flow through accounts you'll never own. Money is not a destination. It is a system, and systems can be entered from any door. You open a brokerage account with $200. It feels absurd. You do it anyway without hesitation. You buy fractional shares of an index fund. Time in the market is the only variable you control. You automate the investment before you can spend it. You are building a floor, not a ceiling. You pick up a second job. Weekend bookkeeping for a small construction company. $400 a month cash. The owner is a blunt man named Goran. He pays $400 a month cash. No questions asked. Goran has no idea what his actual margins are. You find out within one weekend of his books. He's losing 11% on 2 of his 5 contracts. Miscategorized material costs. You tell him directly. He looks at you like you've accused him of something. Then he writes you a bonus check. Goran introduces you to his accountant. One door opens into the next. That's how it always works. The accountant refers you to a property developer. 3 years of disorganized tax filings. You fix them. This is not luck. Competence without ego at the entry level opens doors people never expect. Every month you track the medical debt balance. You watch the number fall, slowly, then faster. 14 months later, the debt is gone. You don't celebrate. You redirect every single dollar. The same $600 a month that went to debt now flows directly into your investment accounts every month. You live on rice and lentils and a salary that should not be enough. It almost isn't. At 29, you have $18,000 invested. A number that once felt impossible now feels too small. You study for your real estate license on lunch breaks. Nobody knows. You don't tell them. You sit the exam on a Saturday morning. You pass. You return to the office on Monday. The license is yours now. Not a plan, a tool. You're waiting for the right problem to appear. Your client, the property developer, wants to offload a distressed duplex no other agent will touch. The asking price is $74,000. It's in a transitional neighborhood. Conventional agents won't go near it. You walk the property yourself. You bring a contractor friend. You go room by room, methodical. The structural issues are cosmetic. Verbal estimate $9,000. You knew it before he said it. $61,000 accepted to close fast. Now you need $61,000 you don't have yet. First lender number. The neighborhood flags their risk model. You thank them and move to the next. Second lender no. Property type triggers their policy exclusion. You stand, nod, and walk out. 3 lenders say no. You find a community credit union. You bring 2 years of clean financial history. The credit union reviews your file. Income documented, history clean. You hold your breath and wait. Approved. Mortgage is $440 a month. You charge $650 per unit. The math works. You move fast. The first tenant signs the lease on a Wednesday. You drafted it yourself from a legal template. After insurance and maintenance reserves, you net $580 a month. Not passive, not yet, but real. Month 7. A tenant stops paying. You send the first notice. No emotion, just process. You write the eviction notice yourself. You file it. You handle all of it without any resentment. You are the property manager, the repair coordinator, the lease drafter, and the collection agent. At 31, you own 3 rental units. None of them are impressive. All of them cash flow. You have $41,000 in index funds now. The compounding has been working quietly for 4 years. You keep $12,000 in a high-yield savings account. Emergency buffer. You never touch it. A colleague from the logistics firm asks how you built what you have. You tell him exactly. Lower expenses, automate investments, acquire cash-flowing assets. Never mistake busy for progress. He nods like you've given him a riddle. Most people do. You stopped being surprised long ago. At 34, a private equity firm contacts you. 4 people. Distressed commercial assets, secondary markets. They don't want your money. They've seen your rental portfolio. They want your eye for value. They offer 10% carry on every deal you source. Carry is not salary. Carry is a share of upside. You research secondary markets on weekends. Vacancy rates, anchor losses, owner carrying costs. Every number matters. You find it. A vacant strip mall. The anchor tenant left 18 months ago. The owner is bleeding. Assessed at $1.2 million. Carrying costs $14,000 a month. The owner needs out. You see it clearly. You model the repositioning. 2 medical clinics, a pharmacy, and a regional grocery. You build it out completely. Post-stabilization, net operating income, $180,000 a year. The pro forma holds up under every scenario you run. You present this to the firm. They listen without interrupting. Then they ask one question: acquisition cost. They acquire the property for $890,000. Your name is not on the deed. But this was your deal. 2 years of repositioning. New tenants move in. The NOI stabilizes exactly where you modeled it. The clinic opens, the pharmacy signs, the grocery anchors the East End. Your model was right. The firm exits. Sale price $2.1 million. The return is clean. You already knew it would be. Your carry is $121,000. You have never seen a number this large with your name on it. You don't buy a car. You don't celebrate. You sit with the number for exactly 1 hour. $80,000 is contributed to a self-directed IRA. You use it to enter a private bridge lending deal. 10% annualized. Residential developer short-term bridge. The capital works while you sleep. $41,000 held in reserve. Reserves matter. Markets will move against you. They always do eventually. By 37, you are no longer an employee. You have an LLC and 2 active deal relationships. You register the LLC on a Tuesday afternoon. It takes 12 minutes. The structure is now real. 7 rental units across 2 states. The portfolio produces cash flow every month without your direct labor. Your brokerage account crossed $200,000 last quarter. The compounding started with $200 is showing now. You're terrified, not a failure of complacency. You've watched people arrive at a number and stop. The wealth you've built is not a wall. It's a moving object that requires constant navigation. You hire a fee-only financial planner, not because you don't understand. You understand very well. Wisdom at this stage means knowing the difference between knowing and still being blind. You hire him. Depreciation alone reduces your taxable income by $38,000 a year. The structure does the work for you. He flags a trust structure you hadn't considered. You implement everything. You stay in control of decisions. At 40, your net worth crosses $1 million. You check the number on a Tuesday morning. You haven't told a single person. Not friends, not family. Nobody needs to know this yet. Your mother's care is covered. That was the reason you started. You don't let yourself forget it. Your sister receives $15,000, not a gift, a documented interest-free loan. She signs. You file it. On her 30th birthday, you log in and forgive the loan quietly. She will never know you did. Rental units inside LLCs, inside a holding company. The structure protects everything underneath it. Now investment accounts separated taxable tax, deferred tax-free. Each one serves a different time horizon. You begin modeling a family trust. Not because you have heirs yet, because structure must come first. Generational wealth is not an inheritance strategy. It is structural. You build it before it's obvious. The private equity relationships have matured. You are now co-sponsoring deals alongside institutional capital. Your capital is on the table. Your name is in the operating agreement. You are a principal now. A 40% correction in commercial real estate would stress your portfolio significantly. You model it quarterly. A regulatory shift in depreciation rules would compress your tax efficiency. You track all legislation closely. You maintain reserves that most people with your net worth would have deployed already. They are leverage in waiting. At 43, you sit in a room with four other principals. The deal size is $18 million. Your co-investment, $400,000. That is 22% of your liquid capital within your self-imposed ceiling. You run the downside scenario twice. It is survivable. That is the only question that ever matters. You sign, not with confidence, with clarity. You know exactly what you're committing and why. If something happened to you tomorrow, the machine would continue. That is what generational means. A credit event triggers overnight in a European banking corridor. Commercial lending begins to tighten fast. Two of your tenants are subsidiaries of a mid-size retailer that just filed for Chapter 11. The refinancing window you plan for next quarter may now close before you can reach it. You're on a call with your lender at 6:47 a.m. You are already modeling 3 alternative scenarios. The market opens again tomorrow, indifferent to everything you've built. It asks only, what do you do next?